my god, guys, I've recorded this video 5 times already, and I don't know why my OBS keeps crashing. I thought I fixed it, and then it does it again and again. Anyways, I'm gonna run through this review. I'm not in the mood. I've talked about everything about this episode, like, to a degree that I'm just gonna speed running it. Okay, so off the bat, this episode is 10 out of 10. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Iida, this entire episode was amazing. Seeing Iida just run through everybody, whether it be Abibari, whether it be Mudman, whatever it was, saving Todoroki. Like, Iida was just on top of this episode. Like, this episode begins with Iida literally being a beast. We have Iida just running through the ice, running through everything, like circling Mudman like he's a piece of meat thrown to the wolves. Like, he has him beat off the bat. He has him dead to rights. Mudman is like, I can't win this fight. I gotta go help somebody else because I gotta save him for last. He runs away. He runs towards the fighting to see if he could help one of his teammates. So we jump to the next fight, which is Ojiro versus Abibari, and Ojiro just is getting beat down. He's putting up a good fight. The animation of this fight was pretty amazing. Just like the animation for Iida's running was beautiful, this one was decent enough. It was really nice, and I actually really enjoy seeing this fight despite it being so short. Because of course Iida comes in, helps out Ojiro as he's about to get put down, and throws Abibari in the prison cell, leaving the score being 0-1, Class A 1, Class B 0. We then go into the next fight, which is of course Todoroki versus Tetsu. Now this fight is stunning, to say the least, because it is just so cool to see Todoroki be pushed to such a degree with his quirk. His ice is not working on Tetsu, and even his fire initially is not working on Tetsu. Tetsu lets him know off the bat, the reason why I'm the perfect master fighting for you is because your quirk isn't going to work on me. I've trained in ovens to prevent myself from reaching melting point. Like, bro, you ain't got it like this. And as he's beating down Todoroki in a slobber knocker of hits, Todoroki has a memory. He has a flashback to when him and his dad was training him as a kid, and then he recalls Deku letting him know that his fire is his quirk and not anyone else's quirk. And with that bit of confidence and that bit of little boost from hearing how his dad told him as a kid that fire will burn hotter than anything if it comes from inside of him, motivates Todoroki to turn up the temperature of the flames and not hold back on it. Todoroki uses such a high degree of flame that the cameras are breaking, and even Tetsu remarks that, this is burning me. If this is burning me, I can only imagine the pain you're going through. Fuck. Yeah, so the fight then jumps over to Tentacle versus Toshinori, and this fight's pretty cool to watch too, because I like seeing Tentacle. I like him a lot. I think he's such a fun and interesting character, and I just always kind of flocked to him. I just thought he was such a cool, badass character, and she's making fun of him for having octopus arms and saying she doesn't like octopuses. He was just doing the octopus punch, eight hands just pushing through all her fucking horns. And when she tries to do a sneak blow on him, he's quick enough to grab it, and Ojiro's quick enough to like capitalize on her shock, trapping her. But of course, Mudman comes in as support, makes the ground liquid, and traps Ojiro and her in a ceiling kind of area. But luckily enough, he's able to repel Mudman back using his tail. The only problem is Toshinori, she capitalizes on all this excitement, using her horns to push him and her into a cell, trapping him, making the score 1-1. And we pick up back with the fight between Tetsu and Todoroki, and this fight gets insane. Like, they're just attacking each other, and as he's pushing Todoroki to his limits, and the heat is like wearing both of them down, and they're slowing down. They're both getting tired. Todoroki sets up for this one big punch, this punch that's concentrated flame. It kind of looks like Escanor is all bright. That's what it really looks like. And then before he even punches him, Mudman is able to come in and just wear the floor down and allow them both to slip in the ground, letting a pipe hit Todoroki in the back of his neck, knocking him unconscious. But before they could capture him, Iida again saves the day for his teammates, coming in fast, saves Todoroki, and has a flashback to when his brother, like, to Stain and Oliver thing. Remember, that was back in season 2 during the sports festival, and he remembers that who he wants to be as a hero is someone who saves the day for everybody. He doesn't want to be stopping the villain. He wants to save the people. If he's fast enough, he should be able to save everyone, and that's his goal as a hero at this time of the episode. So he saves Todoroki, but before Mudman passes out from the kick, he literally got the consciousness kicked out of him. Before he loses consciousness, he's able to like soften up a big water tower and has Tetsu like knock it out so that way it could fall on him and Todoroki. Luckily enough, he throws Todoroki out of the way, but unlucky enough, it catches Iida. And because he falls in consciousness, Mudman's quirk, anytime he falls in consciousness, anything that was reduced to like a liquid returns back to a solid. So Iida's stuck in this water tower with a broken arm and broken leg, and he can't bust through it, leaving Iida, Tetsu, Mudman, and Todoroki out of the game. All that's left is Tsunari and Tentacle. But as he's chasing her down, she decides that the best way to win, in a sense, or better yet, and the best way not to lose, is just to wear out the clock. And because the score was 1-1, it becomes a tie, leaving Class A and Class B tied for this one. And I like this a lot because this is more reflective on the power of the characters. And they all have a little reflective moment with each other where Iida kind of reflects that, if I was faster, this wouldn't have happened. And Todoroki goes, you know what? No, because if I just wasn't slow to use my fire, if I used my fire like I use my ice, where it's almost just reactionary, we could have won this off the bat. Even Mudman remarks that earlier in last week's episode, that if Todoroki uses fire off the bat, they wouldn't have no way to combat it, but they knew he was going to use ice because he always uses ice. He's made ice his main his first line of attack when it should also be fire. Yeah, so this episode was good for the first half. I really enjoyed it a lot. And they have a lot of reflection in it too, with the characters kind of wishing they could do better. Even Tentacle has a reflection moment where I feel like he's gonna eventually learn how to grow wings and fly, so he's not limited to like that aspect of the fight. The episode kind of ends with everyone setting up for the final battle, which is gonna be Bakugo versus that one guy from Class B who just talks literal the most shit in the world. And it just sets up with Bakugo telling his team something, which I'm pretty sure it's that, look, I want to fight them one on 5, so don't fight at all, stay right here, don't get captured and make me lose. And he's doing this in a sense to show off to Deku, to show him that, look, you need to understand, like, you might be catching up to number 1 hero, but I'm going to show you why, like, that whole gap is bigger than you ever will believe it is. Honestly, I don't think the gap is that big, but it is significant for Bakugo to make sure that Deku understands, no, that gap is big time. My big predictions for the next episode is I hope through this 1v5 fight that the first half of it is Bakugo dominating, only to learn that if he doesn't rely on people and doesn't go at these obstacles as a team player, he's gonna lose. He's gonna be the hero who loses, because yes, he's very powerful, yes, he's a genius, yes, he's a combat genius, but if there's gonna be times when that can only do so much for you and he can't stop all these villains himself. And yeah, like I just really hope that this episode humbles him a bit and reminds him, like, he needs to be able to rely on people, he needs to be able to work in tangent with other heroes, because if he doesn't, it's just gonna end badly for him, or he's just not gonna be, he just needs to grow as that kind of character, understand that there are it's more complicated than just being a hero who's able to stop the villain. You have to be able to work in tangent with other heroes to prevent collateral damage, to prevent hostage situations, even to prevent like anybody getting caught up in this fight. And hopefully that's what happens next episode. But this is gonna be a 10 out of, this episode was like straight up, 10 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I loved seeing Iida this episode, and even Todoroki's fight was amazing. Even the minor fights with Ojiro and Tentacle were just as enjoyable. They were just slightly enjoyable. Yeah, this episode was 10 out of 10. I just enjoyed it. I love the animation for Iida. Anytime he was on screen, it was impeccable. But yeah, catch you guys later. And also, thank you guys so much for helping my channel reach 50 subs. It might not be a lot right now, but I'm really trying to get us up to 1,000, and I'm really excited for the journey that awaits us in this slow grind for 1,000 subs by the end of the year. Anyways, guys, this is gonna be it for your boy. Catch you guys later. I love you guys. Peace and love. Peace and love. Catch you guys later.